Update. It is a few days into January 4th to be exact. Cheers. Happy New Year. A manager from Coldesi reached out to me after receiving my message, and he offered to send someone out. And this was on New Year's Eve when he reached out to me, so I was surprised. I saw Coldesi pop up on my caller ID, and I won't lie, I did get like a little anxious, like, oh God, you know, just because I've been biting my tongue for so long, and I've just been dealing with so much, and I just like couldn't take it anymore. And they reached out, so I'll just. But that's the kind of feeling that I often get, like when there's an issue. This manager was very nice. He listened to me. He allowed me to speak. He had me try a couple of things based on the issue that I'm having, and because there's a red light on my main board, that the ribbon cables may be loose. So I'm just gonna put on some gloves. I'm gonna try to tighten the ribbon cables in the main board and under the print head. So let's put some gloves on and let's get my hands dirty. Let's put some gloves on and let's get my gloves dirty, rather. Yes, baby. There's a communication error between the print heads, the main board, you know, like the brain of the computer, and the ribbon cables. Like it's not connecting the two. That's why I can see ink here. That's why I can float ink. That's why the ink is on. Ink is showing up on the wiper blade. That's why I can see ink all around the capping station. Oh my gosh, I just dropped 2 screws down in my printer, and I was just like, ugh, if I didn't have a magnetic screwdriver, you know, it always has these little tiny whiny screws. I'll literally just strip it, and you can just dig it in all those little nooks and crannies. And I can't print without this on, so it has to go back on. And then I want to make sure that these cables are pressed in. Turn it off first. All right, that one did feel a little loose. Nothing's moving. Everything's pushed down. Okay, so I'm gonna put the cover back on. And all right, and let me turn it on first and see if that was it. All right. Oh, the lights are green. And one of those lights in the back was flashing red for sure. Those 4, you can't really see it, but there's 4 lines shooting straight across down there, but you would be able to see a red light flashing from here if not. So I'm gonna hit clean. All right, my fingers are crossed right now, so let's see how this goes. The light is still green. Let's see when it's done cleaning if it stays green. Still green. All right, we're gonna hit print. The red light did come back on. See that red light? Yeah, back there. But let's see if it prints. Okay, so it's not printing anything. Okay, so that's weird. So this must be something going on with those ribbon cables then for sure, as far as like with it reading, because as you see now, it's not printing anything at all. It's just moving back and forth like it was doing before, and then it stops. See, and then it goes back. So maybe it needs new ribbon cables. I don't know, but I'm gonna update them. And probably all I'm gonna hear from them today is 3:27 here, so it's later there. So pushing in the cables, and for a second it worked, but then it would stop. So he's like, if it doesn't work, don't worry, we're going to be leaving soon, but send me an email, respond back to it, and just let me know, and I will send someone over to your house if I have to. We're going to figure it out. Whatever it is, we're going to take care of it. And that is the customer service that I appreciate. That is the care that I appreciate. Even if you don't care, you can just be nice and act like you care. Stress with work is one thing, but when you're trying to grow something yourself from the ground up, it's a totally different level. Like it impacts your entire day. It impacts your mental. It impacted the way I was dealing with my family. It was just, depression, okay? Was definitely starting to set in. It was setting in. And now I'm back up and running. The technician came out to my house early afternoon on the 2nd. He ended up having to change out the white print head, and we're back up and running. And look, my mood automatically, it's just so much better. I was a little bummed because a few of my orders were due before New Year's Eve, so I had to outsource them. So But that's fine. I'm back up and I'm running, and I'm so appreciative to the help that I received. All right, let's do a test print. Why don't we? And y'all, one thing I do love also is when a technician gets a hold of your printer, their alignments that they do are like so spot on, so perfect. I can never get my alignment that good, I feel, but look how crisp. No white peeking through. Like, it's a little bit less than the color. And yeah, so it'll be no white. I despise transfers that have the little white border around them. So again, I'm a perfectionist, okay? I like for my stuff to be perfect, okay? Happy is the only feeling that I want to come from my people. All right, we're so back. And also, oh my God, if you haven't noticed, I was able to figure out my DJI Osmo on my camera. Look how wide the screen is now. I had it a setting where it was just like super small, and it was black on each sides of my video, and I had to like zoom in to, it was a mess. But yes, I'm super excited that I was able to figure out this setting. I should do a short to share, because my last camera, I had an issue with it and I was able to resolve it, and people were like, oh my God, thank you so much for that. And this one, I know I can't be the only one that was struggling with it, so I'm gonna share. I'm a sharer, as you can see. I'm probably an overshare. Someone told me on TikTok, and this is the best compliment I think I've ever received, especially since starting to film content. They were like, I love how expressive you are. And that just like made me feel good, because sometimes, and I hear, even like from my therapist, not my therapist, but I've heard from therapists that I am an oversharer. I just like, I'm an open book, and it is what it is, and that hasn't always been the best for me. So, but I see it as all part of my journey, all a part of my testimony. I have so much in store for me, and God is so good, and He takes care of me, and He sits me down when I need to be sat down, and I like to have control over everything. And I feel like when, that's the truth, when things start to just get overwhelming, it's God telling you to sit back, allow me to handle this. And people always say, when you get those slow times, just slow down. Being slow is one thing, but having something not work while you're slow, causing you to be slow, is another. So, but in that, I just want to have more faith that everything is going to work out as it should, because it always does. And every opportunity isn't a good opportunity. I'm looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to a lot of the goals that I have set. I'm looking forward to my future. I'm looking forward to a more happy and positive me. My tape is making a lot of noise. One thing this thing is rocking, honey. Oh, you followed me. I've noticed that she's been moving a lot since I got her back, though. And she didn't used to jump around like this, not this much. Look. Like, I slick want to put bricks on her feet to keep her still. Because that thing is moving, honey. And I'm worried about, like, the designs not being, you know, super crisp. How pretty. I'm so excited. Look at this. No bands, no anything. It's just nice, glossy, pretty, and shiny. The white is a little runny over there, but the technician was like, that's fine. It's, you know, so we're just going to go with it. I'm just happy it's printed, like I said. Let me get these orders done, and, yeah. All right, let's cancel. That's enough. We're not wasting more ink or paper. I have my first set of designs already up, so it's time to get to business. Super excited. So I have 2 sheets, 72-inch sheets up, and then when those start printing, I'm gonna go ahead and upload like my Etsy stuff as well. See, she's rocking, honey. My dream will be able to get these machines and stuff in the garage, and the only thing is I still don't have any like anything electrical in the garage except for one outlet. So someone said something about a mini splitter, but I don't know how that works. Okay, not one bit, but I'm gonna research it and find out. I love it. See how much my printer is shaking? Like out of control. I tried putting it flat on the floor. I tried putting it in a groove. Still shaking like that, you know? I don't know why. It wasn't shaking like this before. I set that gallon of water on there just so you can see how it's jumping around. And it's printing so slow, even on medium speed. And I don't get it. It never was like that before. So it's kind of a bummer. And yeah, kind of concerned about that. It's going really slow. It's printing really slow but moving really fast. And that's strange. But the color, no, like really bad. Look. Look at that order. It's like jumping high. Yeah, none of this, it wasn't like this before. It's like it's gonna explode or something. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit if I'm honest. What is a girl to do? What is a girl to do? Right, that ink is gonna fall down if I don't hook it on. It's a shame. It's a shame, I tell ya. 4 minutes later and that same transfer is still printing. Super concerned right now. Clicking and clacking everywhere because it's like clicking and clacking, making noise, and the paper is jumping everywhere and the design is messing up. So I'm gonna have to find a brick or something to put it on here, but this isn't gonna work either. I'm gonna take my foot off just to show y'all. Look. Look at that. The paper is touching the top of the thing. I have to keep this open so it doesn't smear. Because it's gonna reach up and tap it. That's how hard it's jumping. So you see that? It's jumping up all over the place. I have to leave this thing open. My printer is moving at a snail speed, like to the point that I feel like the ink will be dry before it hits the powder slow. I was timing it, whatever time it is right now, 10:40. Remind you, I started printing this order at gamers. I love it. It's like disappointing. I'm just wasting my time. I feel like I need to take my own advice. It's just like, God. What's going on? What is this? What is this? Like, and here we go again. Like, I have to start this over again. Like, this printer is jumping all over the place. Like, look at this movement. Alright, so here's what I've come up with, and I can't leave this open. So I literally have to stand here and watch it because look, the paper is still jumping up high and touching the glass. So it's just like I'm rolling the paper here on this end just so it doesn't touch. And I can't just stand here all night. I have to have this here just so the glass doesn't shake enough to drop this down and ruin what I've printed already. Let's see how long it takes to print these transfers. I'll show y'all when I'm done, as soon as I'm done. It's 11:40. I'm still on the first gang sheet. That's only 72 inches. See how I just went from happy to frustrated? Like, can't make this up. Just can't. This is my first order since the technician left. My printer was not going this slow. And if I put it on high speed, which I never use anyway, this printer might as well grow legs and just run out the door because that's how fast it moves. It's now 1:08 in the morning. I'm done for the night. That's all I had. My very last transfer just printed, and it is my watch died. Check it. 2:10 in the morning, okay? 3 gang sheets, 72 inches. Ridiculous. I'm so tired. I need a shower and I'm going straight to bed. It's the next day. It was a long night. I didn't go to sleep till after 3 a.m. dealing with this printer. I'm going to show y'all what I printed and how long it took, okay? 1 gang sheet, to gang sheet. There's a lot of pauses and gaps in between. I went ahead and printed my orders because I can't afford to outsource any more orders to anyone. And like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this because, yeah, it's not good for my mental health at all. This was a gang sheet for somebody, but I'm going to have to like cut it down in between piece by piece because like you see, it just stopped. I'm making 10 shirts, okay? That's 1, 5, 6, and this will go on the back. This will also go on the back. 8, 9, this will go on the back, and 10. I can't wait until I can take my family to Disney. All right, let's get to pressing. The technician looked at the videos I sent over and he was certain that it's the stand, but I had never had an issue with it shaking like this before, even on the same stand. Following his advice, I took the printer off the stand and I screwed all of the bolts on the stand just to make sure it was tight, but it's still shaking like crazy. I also made sure that the printer was bolted down tightly onto the stand as well. Still moving like crazy. The only way I can get it to slow down enough to not mess up my prints is by putting weights on it. I put weights specifically on the stand, it still rocks back and forth like out of control. But when I put weights on the printer, it stops. So I know for sure that it's the printer that's moving like crazy. I'm thinking I'm gonna, just to prove my theory, move the printer onto a table or my heat press stand, which stays stagnant and is heavy duty, just to show them how it shakes still uncontrollably, that it's actually the printer. Whatever troubleshooting or changes that was done to my printer when I brought it over to the warehouse is what's causing it to shake like this, okay? Also, it's still printing super duper slow. That just immediately gave me a smile. There's a red bird like right across the street on a tree just facing me like, pew. So beautiful. But mentally, I'm in a much better space to a point to where I'm like, it is what it is. Hopefully they can resolve this, figure this out, and we can move on. But I'm not going to overthink it, overstress it, or anything. I do have a new video coming up, a great surprise, something that you guys have been asking me about a lot, and it's, should I say it, printer related? DTF printer related. So that would be my next video, so stay tuned for that. Turn on your post notifications and wish me luck with this printer because like I said, I've enjoyed using this printer. It has brought me a lot of happiness and also a lot of stress, but for the most part it's been good and it's been fun learning the whole process of printing, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. He also said that there may be something on the board that he changed on the back, like a switch or something, that he was supposed to give me instructions on how to flip or fix, but maybe it's still in the works, figuring it out. I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted. Also, I'm getting a lot of emails, okay, telling me like, hey, Precious, can you help me with this? I just ordered the same printer, or I have the same printer, or you encouraged me to get this printer, but I haven't gotten any notification from Codesi that I referred you. So make sure you are reaching out to them and letting them know that I referred you, or use my link to purchase your printer, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support. Again, I have no idea what's next, but we'll see. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Never give up on your dreams because you only get one life, okay? And the only regret you would have in life is giving up on your dreams or not pursuing your dreams, okay? Thank you for watching. Bye. Quick update. We're able to print now at a normal speed, and I'll show you guys exactly what happened there and how we resolved it. However, my printer is still shaking like crazy. I just have my phone sitting on top of it just so you can get a clear shot of this design. So give me 1 second. I'm just gonna cancel it right now just so I can show y'all. All right. So there's a setting right here, this enclosion or eclosion setting. It's on normal. When I received my printer back, it was set to depth. So what I pretty much understand is once you change the main board on your printer, it automatically updates the settings on your computer, like in the software, to match the board, I'm guessing. And the technician pretty much matched everything to the printer that they have in office, and that one is set to depth and is just more of a like precise print. Once I put it back to normal, the printing speed went back to normal. Actually measured it with a design, and I sent him the same exact design so he can try it as well at the same measurement. And on depth, this one specific design was at 8 minutes, and then when I put it to normal, it was at 4. It was like 8 and change and 4 and change, but yeah, half the speed.